Oh, um, hello, assalamualaikum, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Global Teacher Conversation. This is, I would say, our ninth session for community takeover for this year. Before we start, I would like to walk you guys through the simple Zoom norms that we can all do together. Let's try to mute when you're not speaking. Not because we don't want to hear your voices, just to make sure that our audios doesn't clash with each other. Please be present. Please switch on your video if possible. We want to see each other and keep the conversation as genuine as though we are speaking to the person in actual life and not on screen. Participate actively, don't be shy. Everyone here are educators or people who are supporting educators. So don't be shy at all. Okay. I also want to share with you GTC pillar principles that we do at Global Teacher Conversation. Just these three very simple ones. Number one is to be respectful. We need to remember that everyone comes from different background. Everyone have different experiences growing up. Everyone have at some point different level and different points or junctions of life, right? So as Asian as well, we might want to be mindful of how we speak, behave, and communicate with each other. Number two, be supportive. Like I said, everyone are in different points in their lives. And when it comes to speaking in English, not everyone, and I can say everyone here, English is not their first language, right? So someone here might be struggling a bit more than others, but that's okay. Some people here might be a little bit better, and these people can help the one that might look like they needed help. But give space. I would say give space. If you think, oh, my English is not really good, don't worry. Everyone here would think, oh, my English is not so good also, right? So give yourself a chance. And we want to encourage participation here during the session. So how you can be participative? You show interest in the session. You ask questions and you also answer questions that are given. Just a rough agenda of what's going to happen tonight. So community takeover, the third session for community takeover psychology for educators will happen in a bit. And then we will have conversation as usual in breakout rooms. After that, there will be a few announcements, some photo time, and closing. Right, before we start, I just want you guys to type in the chat. Let's do a little bit of reflection. So in difficult times, who do you usually reach out to get back on your feet? Think about all those people who either you find when you needed a laugh or you find when you want to smile. Think about, oh, if I have a problem, this is the person that I go to. So who do you reach out to get back on your feet? It could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your friend, it could be your family members. I want to see. Okay, so yep, Zoe said parents. Priska, my sister and BFFs, best friend forever. Okay. So Azura said, husband or business partner. Okay, Regina, family members. Okay, I'd like to see a little bit more. What about others? In difficult times, who do you usually reach out to get back on your feet? There's a few more. Just type in the chat. If you have a question or you feel like, oh, this is a difficult day, who do you want to see the most? And that happen. I think Yelzawe's answer is basically family. So the first response was parents and then siblings. Aziz, my husband. Okay. All right. Keep the response coming. I want to see who are your support people. Okay. All right. I don't want to hog this session any longer because I'm so excited to bring you our session lead for tonight. So, for the third session of Psychology for Educators, we will be talking about community and how leaning onto community can actually benefit us. And who will be sharing with us tonight in this session? So, our session lead is Azura Hamzah. You can see her on the screen. Welcome, Azura. So Azura Hamzah is from Primaly. I guess the best person to actually talk about herself and maybe share a little bit about Primaly, what she do also would be Azura herself. Azura, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, cool. Is your audio a little bit
Let me try.
soft? Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough. Okay. All right. If you're ready, Azura, then I will give the floor to you.
Thank you so much, Atika. Good evening, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Before we proceed further, with me talking about myself, why don't we get to know one another? We have about 30 people in the room. Can you type in chat? Let's make this session as engaging, as interactive as possible, because to truth be told, I'm not really good at talking to myself. So I really appreciate conversations and also responses from the floor. Okay, so in chat, my request would be for you to write down your organization or your institution that you're representing. I mean, if you're from any school or any college, any academy, type in chat, and also where you're from. Are you from Sarawak, Malaysia, or are you from the Philippines and whatnot? So can I get the responses in chat? Let me just start the ball rolling. My organization is Primaly. I'm from Shah Alam. Primaly is in KL. I'm from Shah Alam, Selangor. Okay. Priska is from Bright Elite Preschool. Oh, you're a preschool teacher. You must have a lot of patience. Nisa from Tatao. Tatao is a name of a place. We always say Tatao. Tatao. Oh, really interesting. SK Bandar Sri Alam. Johor. Sri Alam is in JB near Pasir Gudang, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, can we get more responses? Yes. Okay, can we get more responses? We have Dina from Imtiaz Yayasan Terengganu. I see, one of the top schools in Malaysia, right? Wow. Okay. Can I get a few more responses in chat? Just type down for those who just came in. My request is for you to write down your institution if you're representing any, and also the wherever you're from. Patricia from Cebu, Sarawak, a preschool teacher under Kemas. Okay, and then we have Cikgu Ku Zainab from Desa Mahkota, Form 6 College. Okay, any more? SK Pelindung Kuantan. Oh, a lot of you are from, are actually KPM teachers. Okay, interesting crowd. I will introduce myself a little bit later because now I'm going to take you to a tool, let me call it a tool, called, it's called Mentimeter. So what I'm going to do is to share my screen and also to share the link. And you may click on the link that I'll be sharing. Once you click on it, you will be able to, it will automatically direct you to this Menti. And then you can start answering the question here. We have Cikgu Mazlin from KV Tawau, Cikgu Goh from Cebu. Okay, so can we have everyone to get in here so that I could get to know all of you here much better? The first question is, do you belong to any community group? So example would be any hobby-based community group. We have professional community group, religious or cultural community group, social or neighborhood support or emotional, charity or volunteer, others. And if you answer others, you may type in chat what kind of community group are you in. And if you don't belong to any, you can answer the last one. Okay, let's see, which community group do you belong to? Philippa, Phil from Kulu. Where is Kulu? I've never heard of Kulu. Perhaps in Sabah or Sarawak? Okay, let's see. We have 9 it's in Sabah. Okay. We have 10 responses currently, and most of us today belong to professional and social or neighborhood community group. We have one who does not belong to any. Some are in a hobby-based community group, religious or cultural. Perhaps you are part of the church or the mosque community in your neighborhood. Or perhaps you are among the moms group for your son's football club. So it could be, it doesn't have to be an official group. One of you is in support or emotional community group. Okay, have we got any responses? I'll share the link once again in case you just got it. A lot of you are in professional community groups. Okay. We have one for each: support, charity or volunteer group, and also others. To the one person who take on others, can I just know which community group do you, which community group is this? What kind of community group is this that's not listed in here? Okay, half of the floor has attempted the response. I'm going to bring you to the next question, which would be the last one for the time being. In one word only, we accept response in Bahasa Melayu as well. In one word, how does being part of a group make you feel? Does it make you feel anxious? Does it make you feel more confident? Does it make you feel belong, loved? Okay, let's see what your responses are. If I'm not mistaken, you are allowed to write more than one answer. So maybe you can list down 3. Belong and confident, okay? But that's 3 words. Confident, happy, belong, okay? Keep it coming. Happy. If you notice, the word happy is much larger than the rest. Confident and happy are much larger than the rest. That's because they are answered by more than one person. So the bigger the word is, more people, it indicates more people answering the same, writing the same answer. We have appreciated, belonged, thankful, unique, worth something, relaxed, motivated, content, excellent. Keep them coming. I see all the positive feelings here, which is good. That means community groups do something positive to us so far. Feels needed, feels appreciated. True. Worth the effort, worth something, belong. Okay. We appreciate response in Bahasa Melayu as well, as long as the member of the crowd could understand. Nice, happy, feels needed, worth the effort. It feels nice. Okay, have we got any more? Perhaps we can wait for another 20 seconds before I close Mentimeter. We can put a timer to end this. Okay, I'll put a 30-second timer. Okay, come on, keep the responses coming. What do you feel? What does it feel being in a part of community group? And if you have done answering, I would also appreciate it if you could type in chat the name of the organization or the group that you belong to, because I'll be sharing mine afterwards. You can type yours. Perhaps you are in UTP. That's a formal union for teachers, right? But if you are in other community groups, you can share in chat. Let's see which community group you belong to. Relax, happy, appreciated. Appreciated, belong, happy, and confident are 4 large, and thankful are 4 largest feelings here. Okay, time's up. So these are basically what the majority of us feel being in a part of a group. Thank you so much for responding. And in the meantime, could you also share in chat which community group do you belong to? Just now it was just like the kind or the type of community group. So if you have if you belong to any specific or registered community group, perhaps you can share in chat. Priscilla, Persatuan Tadika Sabah, nice. Persatuan Wanita Berwibawa Sabah. Okay, keep them coming because I'll be sharing mine afterwards. Duta Guru Petronas. Masya Allah, hebat. Okay, so a brief introduction about myself. First and foremost, I'm not a KPM teacher. I run my own learning center for the past 14 years. My name is Azura and I run Primaly. Primaly is a learning center. We were previously a tuition center, but after COVID, we rebranded ourselves as Primaly, where we offer our own module for English and also math. English communication in specific, and also math, where we advocate student-centered and activity-based and active learning approach in our teaching. So that's basically about me. And I have been in a number of community groups, including religious community group. I also joined professional community group and hobby-based community group. And in my sharing today, I will expose I will expose why I joined them and what I gain from joining them. Okay, we have Cikgu Kesatuan Guru Sarawak. Oh, actually a lot of you join are part of professional community groups. Okay. Do we have anyone who joins community group that does not relate to our profession? Like anything, I don't know, club badminton, or perhaps your neighborhood futsal community or anything? Your hiking group or club memasak ke, or anything? Maybe you can type in chat. Like as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be a formal or official community group. It could be a group of friends gathering together and meeting every week, and bam, it becomes a community group. Okay, so appreciate if we could get your responses in chat. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm a teacher, but I'm a private teacher, and I also run my own business, which makes it even harder because I don't have a boss. I don't have a boss to push me or to remind me to do anything. I have to be my own alarm clock. I have to be my own support group, and I also have to be my own motivation, because there's no one to push me to push me through. Group jual beli. Okay, Cikgu Nur Azizah sent privately, she said group jual beli. Yeah, group jual beli. That's interesting. Because that would be, group jual beli should fall under hobby-based community group, right? Because you share a common interest with people who likes to jual beli. Okay, so besides being a loner at the top, I also find myself to be an extrovert. So I love being around people, though I may not talk a lot in public. I mean, when mingling with others, I may be the quietest. Because I love to listen to people. And that also makes it difficult for me to keep talking in 50 minutes alone. So but I like being with people because I love being surrounded by people. I love learning from people. I love getting to know people's story and whatnot. And I'm going to share the 3 community groups that I belong in, but just bear in mind that I belong to a lot of others, either formally or informally. Okay, so let me share the screen with you. Hang on a second. In the meantime, we have Cikgu Kuzainab, joint management committee in her neighborhood. Wow, joint management committee. Is it like the neighborhood management, like the MC? What do we call MC? Management committee in your residence? Is it the same kind of community? Like persatuan penduduk, right? Ah, okay. Oh, just sharing that my hometown is in Keramat. Okay, I now live in Shah Alam. My hometown is in Keramat, Kuala Lumpur. My lorong especially has a very, very strong community and committee. Or they don't even have a proper setup, proper committee setup, but they are really close to one another. To the fact that they would find a reason, an excuse, I would say, to meet every now and then. Jamuan raya, jamuan buka puasa, jamuan berbincang untuk berbuka puasa. So, and then we have like family days, family day every a couple of years, and they have this directory and whatnot. So this is also a kind of community group which keeps everyone together, but it's not official. So it's important to be in a community group, in my opinion, because I believe in this. your network is your net worth. And as I mentioned earlier, I work in private, and I really believe in this statement, your network is your net worth, because in most cases, um, let's talk about business a little bit. In order for us to gain trust from our customers, we call parents, from our parents or from other organizations who engage with us, they need to believe in us. And the best kind of marketing is word of mouth. And how do we get that kind of marketing? How do we get people to talk about us? Is of course, through our good reputation, but ultimately it's through our network. So I would say that 60% of successful businesses are contributed by the network that they have. Because if people don't know you, if people don't trust in your values, you wouldn't be able to fly high. Okay, so that's about it. And it's really important for us to be in a community, because in bahasa Melayu we call secara fitrahnya, humans live in community. We are a communal being. So we cannot live alone. I remember being stuck at home during PKP, and I would find a reason to get out of the house every couple of days to go to Family Mart or 7E or to the pasar, just to get myself out of the four walls of the house, because I need to see people, because that's what we are. We humans, naturally we need other humans to live. Okay, not only physically, not only financially, not only not only through work and whatnot, but emotionally, psychologically, we need to hang on to other people as well. And that is why I believe that as teachers, especially when I would say you are burdened with so much workload, you need to let go of some steam. You need to, have a work-life balance by being in a community. So that's what I think. All right, so I'm going to share with you the community that I belong to. Some of which I am quite active in, and some are where I become a backbencher. Okay, but before that, let's discuss how do we become a member of a community group. As I mentioned earlier, a community group doesn't have to be a formal or official community or official establishment. It could be a group of people who share the same interests. For example, if you go for a meeting, a teachers meeting in a different daerah, right? And then you come across people who share the same interests as you, like just now you berada dalam group jual beli, right? So it so happens that you enjoy shopping on TikTok Shop or Shopee, and you exchange conversations about that, and you create your own WhatsApp group, and keep one another updated about what's latest, what discounts are available and whatnot. So that could be a community group as well. So to answer the question, how to be a part of a community group, one is to create our own by having a group of people who share a common interest. And number two is to register officially in any registered organization. Okay. And also you could join an existing community that's not registered as well. Like in Facebook group, we have this group for DIY lovers, and then there's this group called Tahi, TAHI, to apa hari ini, T is tukang apa hari ini, so that's also a group for DIY. So we can consider that as our support group or our community group, where we can let go or express what we feel or share what we like and whatnot. Okay, like I mentioned, it does not necessarily be an official group. It could be any. But what's important is to be in one so that you feel like the Mentimeter responses we received earlier. You feel belong, you feel like someone needs you, and you feel like you could contribute something, and that makes you feel appreciated. So that's the importance of being in a community group. Okay, now let me share some of mine very quickly. Oh, sorry. But I'd like to warn, whenever you are in a community group, you have to remember that just like being in any establishment, just like being in your school, just like being in your family or your group of friends, you will not like everything about it. Okay, it's natural because we humans, we have different preferences, we have different likes and dislikes. But what do we do when we come across something that we don't like? If that something doesn't really, it's not a deal breaker or it's not a red flag, just continue being part of the community. As long as it contributes something to you and as long as you can give something to the group or community. And number two, trigger warning number two is that you may not be able to join every activity. You may not be able to commit to every activity they organize. And it's okay to say no. This is something I learned the hard way because I love to overcommit myself. And growing up, I had a serious issue of being a people pleaser, that I didn't know how to say no. Every offer that comes in, every invitation, I would say, oh yes, yes, yes. Even receiving calls from telemarketers also, I would listen for half an hour, and I don't even know, I did not even know how to say, I don't know, I don't think I can subscribe to your package and whatnot. So that was me. And yeah, it's okay not to be able to join every activity. It's okay for you to prioritize yourself. So that's something that we need to remember being in a community group. Okay, this is the first community group that I belong to. I become an IKRA Malaysia member I became a member in maybe 10 years ago, in 2014 or 2013. Does anyone know what IKRA Malaysia is? Yes or no in chat? Has anyone heard of IKRA Malaysia, or is anyone a member like myself? I'm a backbencher, so I don't participate much. I used to, but because of work commitment and whatnot, I no longer am active in the Persatuan IKRA Malaysia. You have heard of it. Okay, IKRA Malaysia is in Malay we call it a jemaah. Jemaah means a congregation, where a group of people who share the same mission to do da'wah or to spread goodness in Islam gather together. So I joined IKRA Malaysia when I was looking for an usrah. Usrah is, how do we explain usrah to our non-Muslim friends? Usrah is a circle.
It's like a study
support group.
group.
Yeah. It's like a study group. So I was looking for usrah because I wanted how to say an input. I wanted a spiritual guidance that's consistent to me, because if I were to go to listen to ceramah agama on weekends, or I may not be able to commit, I may be malas sometimes and whatnot, but being in usrah will push me to be consistent and be committed to what I have committed prior, right? So that's the reason I joined usrah, and it was under IKRAM. I don't have many pictures of in IKRA as a member of IKRAM. So what I like about this is that ICRAM Malaysia has a lot of other community groups under it. It has, if you have heard of My Care is a volunteer or charity group which is under ICRAM. And then it has also Muslim schools. Muslim schools, if you have heard of Al-Amin or Hira or Sekolah Hidayah Johor, Hidayah Ipoh, those are under Muslim group. Those are schools under ICRAM Malaysia. And they have many other subgroups under medical, under what else? For teenagers, for youth and whatnot. So joining this group actually gives me the spiritual guidance that I was looking for. So I'm not saying that I'm not a good Muslim. I think I'm fairly a good Muslim, but I want to be, as mentioned, I'm working on my own. So I need a group who can always tell me or guide me on the Amar Ma'ruf and Nahi Munkar, which means tell what is Amar Ma'ruf and Nahi Munkar? To
Basically, to just
to
advocate for goodness, and also looking out for you when you might not be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Correct. So I was also actively contributing to ICRAM Malaysia back 7 to 8 years before. And join good and forbid evil. Yeah, correct. So I was actively involved in ICRAM as a committee in ICRAM Teens. We run workshops for school children because that's what I'm good at, teaching. So we run workshop for school children who were preparing for, back then we still had UPSR, PT3 and SPM. But so what's good about this is that technically they have the fund, but community group or NGO, ICRAM is an NGO. NGOs usually lack manpower to run their programs because a lot of people can contribute monetarily, financially, but not many people can contribute their time and energy to make an event or a program a success. So especially young people these days. So that's what they were looking for. And I find a sense of appreciation, and also, as humans, you feel appreciated and you feel, how to say, humans, it's also fitrah for us to feel, to want to be needed. And by contributing, it makes you feel like, it gives you a sense of importance. It makes you feel, finally I'm doing something good. Finally I'm doing something, finally I am useful to the society. So I accomplished that. Even though I'm a teacher, I teach every day. I've been teaching for more than a decade. But teaching and giving back to society by teaching freely and running programs for NGO gives a different sense of accomplishment, of satisfaction. So this is what I gain from by becoming a member of ICRAM. Okay, the next one is PLF. PLF stands for Professional Learning Facilitator. Has anyone heard of PLF? Yes or no in chat? It's not a registered community, or none of you have. But I would encourage teachers to join, because by joining PLF, I start to speak better, because previously I did not know how to control myself when speaking. I was not aware of my body movement, my vocal variety and whatnot. But after joining PLF, I started to become aware and improve myself, because as teacher, we must not only be well-versed in our subject matter, right? We have to always improve ourselves pedagogically and the way we deliver in order for us to touch the hearts of our students. So that's what I got in PLF. There are about 4,000 PLFs in Malaysia, Cambodia and Bangladesh. It was founded by oh my God, I forgot the name. It was founded by Encik Muhammad Rizal. And basically it's a certification program. But I find it really, really helpful. And it's a lot of the PLF family members, teachers, trainers, preachers. So we share a common goal, especially in pedagogy, where we don't believe in lectures. Our teaching styles must be in such a way that it engages our audience using all the senses. One of the biggest or one of the most popular taglines in PLF is excite our senses. So it also encourages us to use all the five senses in our learning session with our students so that the learning sessions become more impactful. So I became a PLF in 2019, even though I have heard of it back in 2012. But yeah, so I was only meant to become a PLF in 2019, and it has changed my life professionally ever since. So I would encourage you, maybe you can just look up for PLF on Google or on Facebook, and you'll come across PLF group. So these are some of the PLF members. This was when I got my certification. And this was when I attended the first course of PLF, and we had also some gatherings for PLF. Okay, so this is where I become a member of a PLF or a community group that is meant for professionals. Okay, next is Toastmasters International. Has anyone heard of Toastmasters? Anybody heard of Toastmasters? No. Oh yeah, Toastmasters is 100 years this year. So we just celebrated our 100th anniversary. Okay, Toastmasters is also an NGO meant for public speaking enthusiasts like myself. So I have heard of Toastmasters back in 2009 when I was still studying, but I didn't have the means to join Toastmasters. I only became a member 2 years ago by chance because I saw someone, because in PLF group, I saw someone promoting or giving a link to a demo, a demo meeting of Toastmaster. It was online. So I clicked on the link and the rest is history. I'm a Toastmaster now. So a Toastmaster is where they gather, there are about hundreds of thousands members around the world. And I am glad I'm part of it because since school, I've always loved public speaking. And that is also one of the reasons I become a teacher, because I get to channel what I love doing. For your information, I graduated with LLB, or I was a law graduate, but I did not practice because I wanted to pursue my love and my passion for teaching. And I get to do public speaking when I teach as well. But that is not the same. But by joining Toastmasters, I get to live the dream of the little girl in me who loves public speaking, who loved deklamasi sajak before, storytelling and whatnot. And I get to do it through Toastmasters. And in fact, we have a lot of teachers in Toastmaster. This is Cikgu Lim Ahni. She teaches Form 6 in SMK Serigaring Rawang. She's also an active member of Toastmaster. She's in Kelab Pidato Bahasa Melayu. Toastmaster, we have Malay speaking clubs. We have Mandarin speaking, Tamil speaking, and majority are English speaking clubs. So Cikgu Lim is a part of a member of Kelab Pidato Bahasa Melayu Kuala Lumpur. So Toastmasters, we meet bi-weekly. And then we have contests like this one. I recently won a humorous speech contest. So this really gives me another sense of accomplishment, different from being an IKRAM member, because this is something that I love doing. I know some people love to pursue sports, some people love to pursue cooking and whatnot, but this strange hobby of mine, which is talking or public speaking, makes me happy basically. Yeah. So it's a hobby, and a hobby that could make or could give a good portfolio to those who join. Hmm. So and also I would like to close my session by also reminding everyone here, including myself, that being a part of community group, of course, we join any community group there is to gain something, to gain something, to find a purpose in our life, to find a group of people who share a common interest, and also to balance out our stressful working life with something that we love doing. But ultimately, community groups are also an avenue for us to give back to the community. Because this is the question I'd like to leave you with before I end my session. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I forgot to mention about my own community, that is Primaly. Okay, this is my, I would say my child, my baby, Primaly. So, oh, sorry. In Primaly, because it's my business and I really appreciate good culture in business. And because of this, I am proud to say that the number of turnover in my team is really low. We have teachers who have taught more than 9 years with our team and so on, because we really appreciate good values and culture. So, for example, recently in our own teachers community in Primaly, we have this Strava group. I'm not sure if you have heard of Strava. Strava is an app where you keep track of all your sports activity. If you run, if you do any sports activity, they will keep track and record that. It's like Facebook for sports freak. So we have this Strava group, just like Facebook group, where we compete with each other, like who runs most kilometers this week, who runs most this week, who runs the longest this week. So every week we would compete to be in the leaderboard. Okay, I have not successfully become on top yet, but I'm working on it. And if you see, we also organize like this one is pertandingan membaca. We join marathon together, we go hiking together, we eat out together. And this was where I was hospitalized in February because I popped my knee. I couldn't walk for a few months. I got an ACL. So it was really heartfelt to have my team to visit me, because they were all in KL and they came all the way to Shah Alam to visit me at the hospital. So I believe that for us to survive and to be happy at work is to have a good community at workplace. Because in the end, the place where we work, our sekolah, our tadika, our college and whatnot, it's not only a place where we earn our income, but it's also a place where we earn our halal and good income, and we want to be happy because most of the time in a week is spent at that workplace. So might as well we make it a place where we enjoy going. And in order for us to enjoy it, we have to be among the people whom we like. So that's what Primaly has been advocating. We want to provide a happy and also an open culture and a happy environment. Okay, so I was saying just now I wanted to leave the everyone with this quote. Whenever we be part of a community, we not only want to suck everything from the community, but we want to give back. So always make it a point to not only be a member who only enjoys the benefit, but also someone who gives back. Because I know a lot of teachers here, especially government school teachers, we face these problems with the IBG and whatnot, right? Like a lot of parents are always asking a lot from the school, but sometimes we wonder if they have done something for the school. That's what we want to inculcate. And if we cannot change others, we can start the change from us, because ultimately, the only person we can control is ourselves. So I think my time is up. Oh, I exceeded 4 minutes. I'm so sorry, Madam MC.
No. You have not exited as well.
We have a question. May I attend to this question?
Yes, please. I was about to highlight that for you.
Steps to request for. Sorry. Oh,
no, that's not for you. Priska.
Priska said she'd like to be part of PLF and Toastmasters. How could I share? PLF. I may be able to leave you with the number of the phone number of the Mr. Rizal. And to join a Toastmasters, perhaps I'll leave you my number so that you can. Priska is in Sabah, right? In Toastmasters, we have different kinds of group as well. We have we call clubs. We call Toastmasters smaller communities are called clubs. So we have online clubs and we have physical clubs. So I leave you with our contact numbers, and then you can contact us and see how you become a part of us. Okay, I'll reply to Priska. I guess that would be all. So I'd like to thank everyone for staying put while I bore you with my stories. So I would pass the floor back to Atika, and I would like to thank her as well for inviting me today. It's really a pleasure to be with everyone here, despite not being able to see everyone's face. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Azura, for the sharing this now thing. In a lot of points in your story, there was a lot of time I see that I can relate to your story, especially like the why we joined community, and then how community actually helped us develop ourselves as a better community member as well, right? So let's take this maybe 5 minutes or so. Just give time. Thank you so much, Priska, for that question just now. Perhaps we have other questions from other teachers here, other members here coming tonight to Azura. So if you have a question and you just want to ask, you just ask away. You can unmute yourself and ask question, or if that's not possible, then you can put your question in the chat and I will read that out for you. Lord Hafizah has a question, Azura.
How to handle toxic workers in school?
Yeah,
Okay.
since you are managing a team yourself, right?
Yeah.
You might have not come across a situation or environment where it becomes toxic for co-workers to work together. And maybe you can share this anecdote with everyone. So how to manage this situation?
I don't have much experience handling a toxic coworker, because in my case, I'd be I'm on the upper hand, I'd be either hiring or firing people, right? But I think it goes back to the principle of uh, controlling whatever that's within our means. So we can't control the person unless they are our children or our students, but we can definitely control ourselves if we can avoid working together with them in a team or in a project, perhaps avoid at best. And if we can't, stay professional. And if the toxic behavior somewhat affects the effectiveness or the productiveness of the productivity of the team of teachers, I'm not sure if this is a legit suggestion. Perhaps report to the superior or the pentadbir. But I've heard of case because I'm in group Facebook group KGM as well. I'm not sure how the pentadbir would handle the case. But like I mentioned, it goes back to do whatever that's within our control.
That's a very interesting point there, because sometimes there are people that we look up to that should be able to help us, that ultimately is the person who are toxic themselves, right? But then again, if we are to think the worst of everything, nothing could be done, right? So Azura, your point was very spot on. Like, look back into your locus of control. What can I do? Is this a limit? Is this something that I cannot surpass? Then learn to let go. So sometimes learning to let go is also a very high level skills that people don't really look much to, but really is like the high level bosses in when it comes to people management and people relationship. Right? Okay. Anyone have any other question? Azura just shared her Facebook link, so you can be friends with her on Facebook as well. Thank you so much, Azura. All right. Now, you have heard from Azura about her journey, about her communities that she joined, why she joined, and how that community basically helped her shape who she is today, right? So at Global Teacher Conversation, we don't just do sharing just like that. So next is to reflect back on the sharing and also to talk about our own insights, to share our own experiences, to share our own journey. Next part, we will have a breakout room activity where we will be having dialogues with other teachers present today. So we have 3 prompts that you can discuss together about leaning on community. Number 1, elaborate, maybe just share a little bit, one past or ongoing life experience that you feel was, or if this is something ongoing, you feel is most challenging. So maybe just pick one, okay? From all your lifeline, all your timeline in your life, just share one past or ongoing life experience that you feel is most challenging. That's number 1. Number 2, who were or who are your group of support in journeying through the challenge? Like Azura mentioned just now, in her story, it was Ikram, and then she has also the professional learning facilitators, PLA family, and then she's also part of the Toastmasters. And who are yours? 3, think about what makes a good community. So you could reflect on your current community that you joined. Think about what good qualities that they have. What makes them a good quality that keep bringing you back to join them? Think about that. Or this could be something that is lacking in your current community, but you want to help. You feel like, oh, this is an ideal quality that would make a good community. Okay, so you will have 3 minutes to reflect about this, structure your sentences or stories, and then we will send you into a 15 minutes breakout rooms with your friends. So your 3 minutes starting now. All right. 3 minutes is up. Now, I'll send you guys to breakout rooms. I'll open breakout rooms now. And get to know your peer teachers. We get to know one another, and then we'll see you back again. We have very important announcement, especially those who are asking about certificates. We will tell you how after this. So make sure you return after your breakout rooms. Enjoy your breakout room session with friends, and we'll see you in 15 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys have had a fruitful discussion or sharing. Some of you might be new to the, oh, I'm talking to a stranger thing, but we talk with other people every day. So I hope that you take this first step to step into the unknown, right? And try to explore new things, new awesome stuff, new quality about you that you might not know exist. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Let's go straight into announcement, right? So one of the things in Global Teacher Conversation is that we always share opportunities to learn and unlearn, to also to teach. And one of the things that we do at Global Teacher Conversation is also educate the learning retreat. Our first learning was last year, 2023, where a group of us went to Sabah for a whole week. And I'm glad to announce that we are opening slots for Educated Learning Retreat 2, and we're going to Sarawak. So Sarawak people, Sarawak friends here, or maybe non-Sarawak friends also, non-Malaysian friends as well. This is your chance to join in. Slots are very, very limited. We go by very small group of 10 people. And right now, we only have 8 spots left. In Sarawak, we're going to cover 3 districts in the span of 7 days. We are going to Miri, and then we're going to Cebu, and we'll close off at Kuching. It's very, very exciting, with a lot of activities, with a lot of learning, with a lot of adventures and also experience. You can find out what kind of activities and what kind of experience awaits you through scanning the QR code there. That will get you to the info pack of Educated Learning Retreat 2. You can also use the link. Let me show you the link. Let me share the link in the chat section. All right. You can copy the link and go to that to get to the info deck, and also how to sign up for Educated Learning Retreat. So how do I know if there's still spots left? This is our first come, first serve. So if you confirm, then that's confirmed. So spots are very limited, like I said. And we are going on 20th to 26th of January 2025 to Sarawak. We're very excited to bring this to you. And this is open not only to educators who are primarily teachers. Let's say if you are also someone who works in supporting educators. For example, you are PPD officers, you are education officers. For example, you are lecturers or you are facilitators. This also counts as educators, don't worry. Last year when we go to Sabah, one of our trip member is actually a content creator, but she focuses on education programs and education content. And what she shared, we were able to touch point on things that, oh, content creation and how we can use this in our everyday situation as a teacher. Thank you, Azura, for that link. If you're just go, what I would like to say is just go through the info deck first. Share, you can also share this info deck with other educators, with other friends of yours, other community members who wanted to join this Educated Learning Retreat. Then in the info deck, there is a way for you how to sign up and how to ask questions. Okay, so I would say go through the info deck first. The information in there is very crucial for you to understand first before you get into anything. All right. Are you here a member of GTC? If you're not yet a member, you can register now. We have our own community group as well. And that's where sometimes there are opportunities like culture exchange, like student collaboration online with other countries and all that, that we only share to members. So registration is free. You don't need to pay anything, and yet you get the first-hand account of opportunities and You can also create opportunities. You can scan the QR code there to take you to sign up form. You can go to bit.ly/GTC 2024_register. There is still time for you to register this year. Right. Some people have been asking about attendance link. We don't do attendance link here, but we do give you certificate based on requests. Now, let me share with you the process of how to request certificate here in Global Teacher Conversation. Well, 3 steps. Okay, step 1, you email your requests with session date. Today is 23rd of November to global.teacher.conversation@gmail.com. So you provide the details that you want on the set. For example, you want to put a full name or maybe a short name. And then, I also want my identification number there, your ID number, your IC number, or I want my employee ID number there, or I want my school name there. So some people have been putting, just my full name with IC number, or my full name, IC number, and school name. So we have received requests like that. So the first step is to email your request. I would like to request for a certificate for a session on the 23rd of November, that is today, to global.teacher.conversation@gmail.com. Right. What about the next step? The next step is the GTC will review your request. We will look into whether you have participated, whether you have attended the session, and then when that is clear, you will be receiving response to your request via email. So basically, if you are cleared to have your certificate, you will receive your certificate in response to your request email. All right. Also, share your reflection and connect with us. Global Teacher Conversation is on Facebook, everyone. So every single post, every single sharing, recordings of the sessions are also here. So let's say you put a reflection on tonight's session. Don't forget to tag us, Global Teacher Conversation. And our next generous session, our 9th generous session, that is also our final community takeover. For the community takeover, the last one will be 7th of December, 2 weeks away, same time, 8 p.m., same link. So the next session, we will have a sharing from our educator friend from Libya. So don't forget to just lock your calendar and do not miss the next 2 weeks appointment on 7th of December on 8 p.m. Right. I will be stop sharing and let's take just one. I would like to take a photo with everyone. If you're able to open your video, we would like to see you on the screen. Hi, Siti Zawani. Hi, Paramis. Hello. Okay, waiting for a few more. Hafiz, hi. Good, good, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, a few more. Let's take a group photo. Priska, hello. Hi, are you ready? Yes, ready? I will take it. 1, 2, 3. Wait, one more. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And once again, thank you, Azura Hamzah from Primaly. It was very, very nice to have you on board with us at Global Teacher Conversation tonight. Thank you, Zawani. Thank you, Paramis. Thank you, Hafiz. Thank you, Priska, Joy. Because I know we have friends from Malaysia and Philippines joining us tonight at Global Teacher Conversation. Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you guys in the next 2 weeks on 7th of December. Good night. Assalamualaikum.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Waalaikumsalam.
Bye-bye.
Thank you to Azura and Miss